Rajesh Kalappa of the Congress, Sambit Patra of the BJP, Rashni Kher is founder member of Roots in Kashmir. He's joining us from Delhi. Professor Hamida Naeem is from Kashmir University. And Tausif is a member of the advisory board of a party called the People's Political Party. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have an open debate. I'll start with one question, then we can pick it up from there. Tausif, I'd like to start with you. You know, this whole elaborate lie that is being spread by Syed Ali Shah Geelani, why don't people like you, well-informed people like you, not counter him when he says things like, this is a elaborate conspiracy by the RSS to eliminate the Muslim identity of Kashmir. You know it is false. You know it is unfounded. You know that it's completely ludicrous. But why don't you just expose him on fact instead of going ahead with his, with what he's saying? Tausif?
Well, Mr. Goswami, I would like to tell you that there are multiple dimensions to it. It is a multifaceted problem. If you look at Kaunsarnag problem that has erupted over the days, it has the social issue to it, it has the political issue to it, it has the environmental issue to it. That is the biggest concern. Until and unless there is not a political ideology or a conspiracy.
No, I'm asking you about what Mr. Geelani said.
The only thing that we need
I asked you about what
the
Mr.
only thing
Geelani
that we
said. No, Mr. One second. Tausif, let's argue on fact tonight, right? So you do admit that Syed Ali Shah Geelani is a liar. Because Syed Ali Shah Geelani says this is a RSS plot to eliminate the Muslim identity of Kashmir.
Well,
you see this, no, one second. You see, no, one second. So the group leading this Yatra is something called the All Parties Migrant Coordination Committee, which comprises of Kashmiri Pandits who are as much claimants to the state of Jammu and Kashmir as the Kashmiri Muslims are. A. B. The Yatra, as per the Kashmiri Pandits' own claims, is not a new, not an arbitrary, not a conjured up event, but something that has been taking place for several years, just like the Amarnath Yatra. So you should counter people like Mr. Geelani.
Well,
on fact.
The fact is that the Yatra has been taking place for the last 4 years, and before that there was evidence of Yatra being taking place in 1980.
No, this year it was given clearance also. I have a piece of paper. Is this true?
No.
There's a paper I have.
Mr. Geelani must...
No. I have a piece of paper from the Deputy Commissioner of Pulgam saying that there is clearance being given for the security Yatra from Kakrari to Kounsarnag during the forthcoming Kounsarnag Yatra from July 30th to August 3rd, 2004. This clearance was given. It was given. Right. Now, this clearance was taken back because some pro-Pakistan, irrelevant separatist called Geelani, who has never fought an election in his life, issues a number of lies.
He has been a sitting MLA, Mr. Goswami. Three-time sitting MLA.
My fact is that
he has fought an election. Please be well informed.
No, but he is a pro-Pakistan separatist. Right now, he has never demonstrated his ability in any recent election. He may have been an MLA long time in the past.
More than being pro-Pakistan, he has been a pro-Kashmiri. And
no, he's outrageously pro-Pakistan. Now, this clearance was given. No, why? No, my point to you is, let us not forget. No, you see this Geelani man, this Geelani fellow, he even called the Amarnath Yatra, which has been such a long tradition, he says it is an attempt at a cultural invasion. This time he is calling the right of Kashmiri Hindus to profess their faith through a yatra as an attempt to eliminate the Muslim identity of Kashmir. What does a person like Geelani want? He will do anything to create this kind of venomous situation there. Young, educated people like you should oppose him. I just don't understand, Tausif, how you fall in line for this. And now I want to get in Rashni Kher of Roots in Kashmir. Rashni.
I would like to say...
I am arguing only on fact tonight, Rashni. Rashnik is responding right now. Rashnik. Rashnik to Tausif, please.
I will also argue on fact.
Yeah, we will debate this out. We will debate this out, and I hope we'll debate it out point by point tonight. Yes, Tausif.
Arnav.
Yes,
allow me to speak.
Yes,
if you will, please. Mr. Geelani is not even consistent in his own lies. He started with saying that it's an environmental issue. He said it's a fragile environment that 50 people could destroy. One.
Yeah.
Then he said it's an Indian agencies agenda.
Yeah.
This is what the posters, which possibly you should also have.
Yeah.
Then this didn't cut much ice. Then he said, oh, this is RSS agenda. Then on these posters, if you read them, I can read Urdu for myself. It says it's an Israeli mansuba. I mean, this has been directed by Israel.
It's crazy.
Come on, for God's sake, which world is Mr. Geelani living in? At least be consistent with your own life. If you are lying, at least lie the same thing all over again.
Multi-dimensional issue, and they are just synchronizing the ideologies. Nothing.
Oh, come on, but let us not philosophize this. Tawfiq, please, for God's sake, let us not philosophize this. No, Tawfiq, please, for God's sake, come on. You had your say. Can you allow me to speak, please? We heard you for long. Allow me to speak. Okay? It's like this.
No, we are only opening up the debate right now. And as I said tonight, you know, we will argue on fact tonight. We will argue on fact. And if facts prove that Geelani is a liar, so be it. Mr. Kher.
Arnab, before 1989, my parents and my grandparents both have taken these yatras, but those days you did not need military, you did not need army, because these Sikh insurgents had not come into our state, and people could simply go and come back, and then there would be no fuss about it. It's because of them that we need security. That's why we have to apply for a yatra. We applied for a yatra, and this is the normal route. If yatra has been doing for 3 or 4 years from Reasi, that is not the route. Imagine, will a man go from Srinagar to Jammu and then come back from Jammu to Srinagar to conduct a yatra, or will a man go 50 kilometers from his home and go and attend this yatra? So this whole,
and destroy the
argument that they are trying to build, that the Reasi is the real route. If Reasi was the real route, what was Deputy Commissioner of Kulgam doing all this while? Why did he not say this when he gave this permission on 2nd of July? Did he not, at that point of time, not know that Reasi is not the route? I mean,
you see,
why are they lying time and again? I am not surprised by Geelani's behavior. This we know. I am surprised by Omar Abdullah's behavior. Why is he acting like a puppet in the hands of separatists? And especially people like Geelani.
You see, what happens is, and Professor Amida Naeem, you must understand this. You see, everybody has seen through Geelani, the separatists and all these things. The very fact that Geelani has called for a bandh in response to a yatra is the final proof that what does a man like Geelani want? He's been given an agenda by Islamabad, or rather I should say Rawalpindi. Do everything possible to communalize the situation. And Tausif, you are actually in Srinagar, you should know more about the politics of your state. When you say he's a great mass leader.
Definitely.
Omar Abdullah himself, if you remember. No, 1 second, please. Don't get irrational in this. Let's be rational. Omar Abdullah himself has said in the past that when there is tension, Geelani's support base grows. When things are calm, his support base goes down. So in order to remain relevant, this man has to keep creating a trouble. But what he's doing, Ms. Hamida Naeem, is that he just wants to communalize the situation somehow in order to remain relevant.
Can I comment?
No, I just want to hear from Hamida Naeem, because I've shared a few facts tonight. Yes, Ms. Naeem.
Arnab, either let us have a civilized discourse,
this completely civilized
debate, and allow me to speak at some length, and nobody should interfere where I'm speaking.
No, Miss Hamida Naeem, it's an open debate. Please speak.
The very fact that for the last few years there has been so much politicization of religious tourism means there are malified intentions in it.
This is
on
really,
the one hand, you say Geelani is irrelevant. Please listen to me then. Either listen to me or I will walk out.
No, you walked out the last time, but this is, that,
that is why I am telling you, either listen to me or give me
don't threaten me.
Don't threaten me.
Don't threaten me.
No, I'm not threatening you, because you threaten every time by saying what you have to say. Now either listen to me or I will not say anything.
The
very fact there has been intensification of this religious tourism in the past years means there are malified intentions in all this. We had never heard of Kounsarnag Yatra so far. Suddenly it appears in the newspapers that 4,000 people have registered for Kounsarnag Yatra. Now the people from that area, Shupaya area and Kulgam area, who are actually supplied drinking water from the spring, they got agitated. They thought people used to go there for trekking in small numbers or individually, there was no problem. But if people start coming in huge numbers, that is going to destroy the prestige.
You know, this. Now, can I respond to you? Can I respond to you?
Question is, how are you objecting to it? You are objecting to it by burning tires.
Miss Hamida Naeem, listen. Miss Naeem, it's an open debate. People have a right to respond to you.
Get your facts right.
Miss Naeem, people have a right to respond to you. One second. Sambit Patra will respond. Hamida Naeem, 1 minute. 1 minute. Just a minute. Sambit Patra, hold yourself back. Hold yourself back.
I object to your statement. Why 4,000, 40,000 families? It is their place. They can walk down to their ancestral pilgrimage. What is the problem that you have? And as far as ecology is concerned, how are you fighting for the ecology? The separatists were burning tires on the roads, saying that we are fighting for the ecology. Is this the way you fight for ecology? Burning tires on the roads. You are destroying the ecology and you are saying that you are fighting for the atmosphere's pollution. No. Who was burning the tires? Who were burning tires? You, the separatists.
No, this ecology argument. Miss Hamida Naeem, Miss Hamida Naeem, you know this. No, 1 second now, please. Both of you just calm down for a minute. Calm down for a minute. Both of you, just 1 second. Sambit, please stop. Sambit, please stop for a minute. No, please stop for a minute. Sambit, please stop for a minute. Sambit, 1 minute. Sambit, 1 minute. You see, even Hamida Naeem, now let me come in, please. You had your say, Sambit, you responded. I want to say one thing here. This is the most incredibly silly argument I have heard, this whole ecology argument, which is nothing but a ruse by the separatists to pursue their own agenda. I can prove today, Miss Naeem, that the same, Miss Naeem, I said I'll argue factually. No, I said, Miss Naeem, if I am able factually to destroy your argument, then you please listen to me. This same theory that is being floated here. No, Miss, I have your facts, ma'am. Your facts. Geelani's facts. Sambit, please. Sambit, factual debate tonight, and my point is. My point is.
You are saying he is lying.
Miss Hamida Naeem, one second.
Why are you so much bothered?
Miss Naeem, 1 second. Miss Naeem, you see the same theory. Now, please listen to me. I'll take 30 seconds. It will take me only 30 seconds to destroy your argument. This same theory, which is being floated here, is the same theory which was floated also, you'll be interesting to know, during the Amarnath Yatra. By the same man.
Yes.
No, by the same man. By the same man. By the same man. You want to tell me? No, you want to tell me that Mr. Geelani? No, one second. Give me one statement. Give me one statement. One statement. One statement. No, one simple question to you. If Mr. Geelani is so concerned. So, Mr. Miss Naeem, don't give me this ecology argument.
Inflow of people.
Miss, inflow of people. What? You want to.
You have destroyed the Pahalgam. You have destroyed every bit of Kashmir, and you're talking as if the Kashmiri Pandits were the one that indigenous people of Kashmir.
Brajesh Kalappa is putting something up there, and Sambit Patra, I need to go. What is he holding up?
Yes.
No, Sambit Patra, 1 minute. Brajesh Kalappa of the Congress Party.
Take on the Kashmiri Pandits.
He's holding up something. Let's go for a close-up shot. What are you holding up, Brajesh? What are you doing? What is that? What is that?
No,
what are you
always realize on your shows that somehow I'm not able to be heard. I'm only requesting that kindly provide voice to the voiceless like me, because everybody else seems to have very booming voices, and for some reason my voice is never heard. So I'm only appealing to you. I'm only appealing to you, Arnab, to kindly provide some voice to the voiceless.
Yes, you have.
Destroyed the voice of the whole nation.
One sec, Sambit, it's a serious issue. Don't make it a Congress BJP thing, please.
And what has happened to the Prime Minister's voice? Mr. Narendra Modi has suddenly gone silent. Nobody has heard his voice for the last 2 months.
A memorandum
the voice that was booming all through the election campaign has suddenly fallen silent.
The Prime Minister has responded today. Mr. Jitendra Singh has responded today. He has said that a memorandum has been written to the
But what happened to the old Mr. Motormouth Modi?
Arnav, tell me
What's happened to the old Motormouth Modi who was
care about the books that have been written about your family?
I would like to come in for a minute.
Mr. Brajesh Kalappa, care about the books that have been written in your family. Dare not think about Mr. Modi. We will look after the whole issue. First, go home and write a book.
You can only look at some disgruntled elements.
This is a very serious issue.
You can only look at some disgruntled elements, people who have been caught with their pants down, and you want to make the virtue of what they have written.
How long the Kashmiri Pandits,
a person who has been held guilty by both Walker and by Justice Carter, now you want to rely everywhere on what he says?
This is,
1 second, the permission, well, we go on fact. I said we go on fact. Sambit, please stop. I will not allow, this is not a Congress-BJP argument. The permission for the Yatra is sought on the 1st of June. The permission is given on 21st July. No, Tausif, this is the fact. Don't shake your head. Everything is factual tonight, and I will.
But I need to.
Third point. No, 1 second. Third point.
I need to talk.
No, third point. Quickly, please. Third point. This man, what's his name? Syed Ali Shah Geelani. He makes a statement on Wednesday, July 30th, that the Yatra is part of an RSS agenda to destroy the Muslim identity of Kashmir. On the same day, obviously he must have got a phone call from his benefactors and paymasters in Pakistan. He calls for a complete shutdown in the state on Saturday. And on Thursday, July 31st, this weak and ineffective government led by a weak and ineffective man called Omar Abdullah, of which the Congress party, by the way, Brajesh Kalappa is still a part, does a U-turn, asks the yatris to follow another route and not the one originally proposed. The point which emerges is this. This timeline is proof that the J&K government, Brajesh Kalappa, of which you are a part, has caved in to demands by these pro-Pakistan elements. You may not have called the Yatra off, but you have destroyed the aspirations of a lot of people to visit.
The only thing that I need to tell you is
okay, may I respond to that?
No, Tausif, what is Tausif?
So many people have been destroyed.
The first thing is that
but the point
let Tausif speak first. One at a time, Tausif.
Environment on the name of religion.
Only Tausif.
Talking about the protest, when we have to show dissent to the policies that are being operated into the state, protesting and going for a strike or a shutdown call is the only civilized form that is taking place everywhere in the world. You cannot expect, or are you expecting that the people should take up guns and lathis in their hands and move out and kill everybody that comes into their way?
This is not a Yatra. No, Mr. Tausif.
Look, we have seen the repercussions of such issues.
Tausif.
Mr. Goswami, I do agree with you on every point. The facts that you have stated, I do agree with them. But look, we have negative peace in Kashmir, right? This time it's a very sensitive issue. We know it is a source of water, but when it comes to institutionalization of the issue, individuals going there is no problem. But when you start institutionalizing the campaign, then you start institutionalizing the Yatra, it has very serious repercussions on the ecology and environment. We cannot destroy Kashmir and its ecology on the name of religion. And moreover, it is creating polarization in Kashmir.
One second. Tausif is being responded to by Rashni Kher. Rashni Kher will respond to Tausif. Rashni Kher. No, Rashni Kher. After that, Professor Hamida Naeem. Rashni Kher. Let's get him on it.
Hang on. First, I will respond to Professor Naeem. Because she says, I do not know about Kaunsarnag Yatra. Possibly because she is a student of whatever English or whatever she teaches in Kashmir University. She should know her own text. Nilmat Puran is history. This is history, and Lord Tarangani is history. This Yatra has been carried out for thousands of years, even before Islam came to Kashmir. What world is Naeem living in? She is talking.
What facts do you have to support it? Why are you giving religious color to all the issues? Why are you creating polarization in Kashmir?
There is an Arable Development Authority which is asking people to come, hike, camp, do whatever you want to do. And how would the water of this canal get disturbed? Please tell me, Naeem, because you cannot even take a dip, you will die. It is not a lake where you can even take a bath. It is not a lake where you can even put your feet in. Have you ever been there?
Only you
What kind of nonsense are you propagating on national television? Have some shame when you are lying. Please have some shame, for God's sake, when you are lying.
And unfortunately, Hamida Naeem, I want to ask you, don't you even know the history of your state, or do you believe that the history of your state?
Obviously, she
do you think Hamida Naeem, are you so ignorant?
She is talking nonsense all the time. And this other chap, whatever his name is, I don't know what his name is.
Tausif.
You know, this is not institutionalization of Yatra. How is institutionalization of Yatra happening if 50 people are going? When thousands of them are, there are 5,000 houseboats in Dal Lake. Dal Lake has shrunk to 50%. Buller Lake to 45%. Wetlands in Kashmir are 24% of what they used to be in 1970.
You cannot put down
Mr. Geelani. This doesn't worry Mr. Tausif. This doesn't worry this lady who keeps shouting into our ears all the time because they have to listen to our nonsense all the time.
Please.
She should simply be asked to shut up.
This is a colonial agenda in which you are trying to Hinduize the entire Kashmir. That's what you are doing.
This is not Hinduizing.
This is
not
colonial
Hinduizing.
agenda.
This is our land as much as it is yours.
You see,
okay, we have a right to go wherever we want to. And people like Geelani, they cannot stop us from going where we want to go. You have no right to say, tell us where to go. You drove us away from the valley. So you have no business giving pontificating to us. We don't care about whatever you say. But for Omar Abdullah, we would have taken this Yatra.
You see, this in Pakistan, Hamida Naeem, I want to ask something. I want to say something to Hamida Naeem. No, I want to say something to Hamida Naeem. I want to say something to Hamida Naeem. May I have the permission? Brajesh, I'll come to you. Brajesh, I'll come to you.
Nobody is going to take this.
One sec. Brajesh wants to say.
Nobody has seen crowd is going there. Individually, people will go, or in small groups, there will be no problem. But once you are...
But the institutionalization of Yatra is also and it's
every problem.
Okay, one person at a time.
People from Bisku school are going there for hiking. Are you unaware of what is happening around you? Or you are always wearing the shroud and not knowing anything that is happening in Kashmir Valley? Are you sleeping or what? You don't know people are going there. There's an Arable Development Authority. For God's sake, go and check that authority site. They are promoting tourism.
You are creating only non-issues over here.
You see, Hamida Naeem and Tausif, I want to say that. No, one sec. First of all, no. Hamida Naeem and Tausif, just 1 minute, hear me. Hear me now. Now you hear me. Now you hear me, all of you, hear me 1 minute. Please hear me for 1 minute. 1 minute, just 1 minute. Hear me, please. Hamida Naeem, please, I'll tell you something. Hamida Naeem, hear me. Hear me. This will be interesting. You are a professor at Kashmir University. Hamida Naeem.
What does that mean? I have to take all nonsense.
Miss Hamida Naeem, you please listen to me. Listen to me. Miss Hamida Naeem, you see, there are some generals and retired generals. No, one second. Miss, just give the 30 seconds. I listen to you quietly. Now you listen to me. There are some generals and retired generals. And sitting in Rawalpindi and Islamabad. They want to look at, you know these...
Arnav, please listen to me. Arnav, please listen to me. Nothing is more insulting for Kashmiri.
You have been talking too much of nonsense. Nobody is here to listen to you. You are talking nonsense. You are talking absolute nonsense from the moment you have come.
Miss Hamida Naeem, I must tell you this, that you cannot allow... No, 1 second. Miss Naeem, you don't know history. You don't even know the history of your own state. And I can prove to you now. I can prove to you. Miss Hamida Naeem. Miss Naeem, today I said to Tausif at the start of the debate, and I hope you just keep can we just pull back for a minute? Can we pull back for a minute? Just pull back for a minute. Just give me 30 seconds.
We have our own identity.
Yes, you don't know what's Miss Naeem. Now let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Miss Naeem.
And these are all colonial.
Miss Naeem, you listen to me.
The identity you are talking about. Why are you naming this identity as a Muslim identity to which we object?
Kashmiri identity. This is a secular country.
No. In fact, Syed Ali Geelani says that it is a Muslim identity of Kashmir. And in fact, Hamida Naeem is relating the same fact. She is also saying we're talking about a Muslim identity. Why can't we talk of a secular identity? Why such sectarian voices? Why such divisive voices?
Pandits are welcome here. Come, let them comment here, but don't create this.
No, I'll tell you. You are a professor. You are supposed to be a learned person. But the way you have a sectarian voice today shows... No. No. You cannot call Kashmir as a Muslim identity. Why?
Muslim identity.
No, what do you mean what? What do you mean what? For the first time in this country, and I believe nowhere in the world this has happened, that our own people have become homeless. The Kashmiri people, our own people have become homeless.
No, you see, Miss,
in their own country.
One second.
You're a professor.
One second. Miss Hamida Naeem, Miss Hamida Naeem, I have three facts. Three facts. Miss, 1 second. 3 facts, Hamida Naeem. Now you must listen to me. I heard you, Professor Hamida Naeem. I heard you. Now you hear me. Now you hear me, Professor. You hear me, Professor. And please don't interrupt. Please don't interrupt when I'm telling you, because you have to hear me now. You have to hear me now, Miss Hamida Naeem. I heard you, Professor. I heard you. Now let me tell you 3 facts.
Arnab, how many times you have taken up
Miss Professor Hamida Naeem, I am going to speak regardless of whether you want to listen to me or not, and I want to share this with you. If you 1 second. I want to educate the professor about the history of Kashmir, which unfortunately she wants that history written in Islamabad. The history of Kashmir will not be written in Islamabad by some ISI generals. You want the history of Kashmir to be written. You want the history of Kashmir to be written by your Pakistani benefactors of the pro-Pakistan separatists. The history of Kashmir. Then go and tell. No, Professor Hamida Naeem. Professor Hamida Naeem. Professor Hamida Naeem, I want to tell you 3 facts. You go and you call Geelani tomorrow and you tell him 3 things. 1 second. 3 things. Now if you don't want to hear...
Take Geelani out of it, take Pakistan out of this, a people's issue.
Now will you listen to me or will you not listen to me? 1 second. Can everyone stop? I am asking you. Will you listen to me, Miss Professor? Will you have the patience to listen to me?
This is a managed opposition. This is a managed sectarian opposition. Professor, this is a managed sectarian opposition by people like you, by separatists like you.
I'll tell Professor Naeem 3 things. No, Brajesh, 1 minute. Brajesh, 1 minute. Brajesh, I have to share this.
Make my opening comments.
Brajesh, you need to come out, not come in. No, Brajesh.
Okay, Brajesh Kalappa can come into next, and Brajesh. What's up? Sambit, please. Brajesh Kalappa is coming to the debate, and I am sharing 3 facts which the generals in Rawalpindi will not like. One prominent historical. Miss Naeem, if you listen to me, you learn about your own state. You better learn about your own state. You don't even know anything about Jammu and Kashmir. You are sitting in Srinagar and you don't know the history of Kashmir.
These are your facts.
You don't know the history or the ecology of Kashmir.
I will give her a copy of Raj Tarangini.
Then you should know that the prominent...
Had you known the ecology of Kashmir, you would never support the Yatra. You would never support the Yatra.
I'll tell you 3 things, Tausif. Let me tell Tausif 3 things. I'll share 3 things with Tausif. Can I just have Tausif on air, and I want to share 3 things with him. 3 things about this Yatra I want to share. I want to share with Tausif because Professor Hamida Naeem will not have the patience to listen to me. So I want to share it only with Tausif. Can a Professor Tausif listen to me now? First point, Tausif. First point. I don't believe that as an Indian citizen in a secular country, right, I can allow the history of my country and the history of any part of my country to be written in Islamabad. I think it's an insult. We won't allow it. 1. 3 facts. You can go and tell Professor Hamida Naeem, she doesn't want to listen to me, but you can share it and you can go and tell Geelani this. Prominent historical text Neelmat Puran mentions the Kounsarnag Yatra as Vishnu Pad being a pilgrimage site for centuries. Point number 1. Point number 2, in 1942, the well-known ornithologist Samsar Chand Kaul wrote in detail about his annual expeditions to Kounsarnag Lake, which has a religious significance for Kashmiri Pandits. 3. Only post 1990, it was not a regular yatra. And why wasn't it? Because the same pro-Pakistan terror elements created trouble for it. Now we want to...
Now, can I come into it?
No, so this is the history of Kashmir, and I am telling you...
Can I come into it?
No, just one last thing, and then you can come in. One last thing. You see, Tausif, understand this. The history of Kashmir is not the history of a Muslim Kashmir. The history of, or a Hindu Kashmir. The history of Kashmir is the history of a more accommodative culture, which these you know,
the history of Kashmir is seen in
fundamentalists sitting in Rawalpindi, the paymasters of Geelani will never understand.
Can be seen in the statement of Mahatma Gandhi, who said that he sees only the ray of hope coming from J&K.
I've given
the communal harmony.
Now
you are telling about the history of this Kounsarnag Yatra. We know the details of the Lord Vishnu Yatra. Yes, I do agree. It has been a
So I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you agree.
A place of religious significance for our Hindu brethren. That is completely
so respect
accepted.
that. Respect
but the thing is, look, we have to understand this subtle nuance, Mr. Goswami. I would like to have 5 to 10 seconds for this, if not a minute. We have to understand this subtle nuance. We are not against the Yatra, but the institutionalization of Yatra. Before, during 1980s or up to 1940 that you were talking in the historical perspective, I would like to tell you only one thing, that the Yatra used to be carried out on the individual level. It was not a generalized or institutionalized kind of thing. 5 to 8 Pandit brethren used to move there, used to do puja on Naag Panchami, and after that they would return. All right. Now we are seeing what DDC Reasi has been telling. He has been calling the tourism officials and saying that you need to put on the hoardings and you need to popularize the Yatra after Vaishno Devi. Now, we should not give it a religious color. Come on, we are known for our communal harmony, and please do not entertain such elements who are trying to and give it a communal color.
I feel Geelani is the one person which you should, the one person all of you should get together and boycott is this character Geelani. You just boycott the man, make him irrelevant. Don't fall into his trap. Don't fall into his trap. Be accommodative. This is a secular country. It will never become. It will never become. It will. No, this is a secular country where we respect all religions.
I might tell you, Mr. Goswami, with due honor and respect to you, Mr. Geelani, whom you call that you don't know, a communal element, a polarized element, a puppet from Pakistan, he is the leader who has the mass following in Kashmir. You cannot deny the fact. We can also not deny the fact that majority of the leaders from India yearn to talk to Mr. Geelani on the table
I think he's a completely...
We already know.
I think everyone who knows has seen through his thing.
This is the time when we need to go for confidence.
Tausif, you can be an official sycophant of Geelani. I think Geelani is pro-Pakistan. I think it is irrelevant. I think he plays no positive role. I think he's a pinprick in bringing peace in Kashmir, and I think he's very much on the payrolls of Pakistan, and you can tell him that. 1 second, Brajesh Kalappa is responding because people like Geelani are the biggest problems in your state. The day you realize you don't need him, the situation in Kashmir will improve. And Tausif, break away from such venomous characters like Geelani. He's a venomous character. Break away from him, please. Brajesh Kalappa is responding now.
The first thing I'd like to say, Arnab.
Yes.
The first thing I'd like to say, Arnab, is that Hinduism has existed long before the RSS, and Hinduism has done very well for itself. Islam similarly has done very well for itself, even without Mr. Geelani.
Absolutely.
So both these elements have to be kept aside. The first thing that has to be understood is that whatever happens, whether the Kaunsarnag Yatra takes place or it doesn't take place, the point is, the first thing that should be ensured is communal amity and communal harmony, and both these communities should work together to see to it that the Yatra comes into life again.
I think then, Brajesh.
And two, insofar as having options, the easier option, the better option, the more suitable option should be offered to the pilgrims who want to take part in the Yatra. There is no doubt that this Yatra is an existing Yatra. So the pilgrims must not be put
so then you like to show documents, I do too.
This is our stand.
That's all right.
This is our repeated stand that the pilgrims must not be put to any inconvenience. They must be provided security. They must be provided comfort throughout their journey. This is our stand.
Well, Brajesh, you are not the only person who can show papers. You showed a paper, you wrote something there. Now I am showing you a paper which is the clearance given by your government, right? Or to this Yatra. Yeah. This letter proves today, and the date is very clear. You can see the date out here, 21st of this last month, right? So my point is, this proves that the clearance was given by you, and you went back. Now, I think even if he is weak and ineffective, and perhaps not capable of holding the position which he held for all these years. Even in that case, Omar Abdullah is the Chief Minister, not Gilani.
Your basic point is
Omar Abdullah is the Chief Minister, not Gilani.
You have much to say about Gilani.
Well, you know what the romance of democracy is? It is shaped by public opinion.
This is not a RSS Yatra. What are you talking about, Rajesh?
You have everything to say about Gilani.
This is not a RSS Yatra. This is not an RSS Yatra. Don't make up facts. This is not a RSS Yatra. We take on the RSS when required. This is not a RSS Yatra. This is not an RSS Yatra.
If they were genuine Kashmiri Pandits, if they were genuine Kashmiri Pandits, they would have worked out the system by themselves.
No, you be careful of what you're saying, sir. This is not an RSS Yatra. Mr. Khair is responding. Mr. Khair.
Simply, you are blatantly lying. I am a Kashmiri Pandit and I have nothing to do with RSS.
Okay, gentlemen, now I'll just say this. Remember one thing. Caving in is as bad as provoking a situation. Hamida Naeem,
I can't say the same about all the other people.
Hamida Naeem, remember what, Hamida Naeem, this is a secular country, right? Secular country. And every part of this country is secular. Every person is expected to be secular. Hamida Naeem.
But Hamida Naeem is communal for sure.
Hamida Naeem, end your communal agenda, Hamida Naeem. You're a professor.
Fanatic.
As soon as the BJP government has come, it has left no stone unturned to give the feeling that this is a
Ms. Hamida Naeem, we'll debate this another day. But learn to respect the country in which you live. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 1. Should the Yatra go on? Please tell me what you think. We are going to follow the story. And I'm going to, one second. Thank you all very much for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.